thank you to Taro Wolf for their generous donation on Patreon. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and click on the Keisuke. The cool air-conditioned interior of a shop. There's no better way to spend time whilst leisurely browsing the new arrivals. To be honest, I don't really have much of a reason to be here today. I've already bought new shoes, so just a little while ago. But I couldn't resist the temptation to pass by after class and see what is new. I love looking at the shoes and rackets they have on display. Somehow, even if I buy the exact same ones, they always look so much more beautiful when they're not mine. Might have a slight shopping addiction. Is that Keikun? I'll be damned, seeing Keisuke at a store like this without anyone accompanying him. I mean, I know he goes out every now and then, but I never imagined he did his own shopping himself. Even though I've seen him do it before, as far as I'm aware, he only does it because we already brought him along with us, so we went to the store when we went to the stores. So it's more of an, oh well, since I'm here anyway, I might as well, reflex than him actually doing something regularly. I'm also a little surprised that he's here after class. I figured that since the court has been closed down for a few weeks, he'd just be practicing at home. Yo!
Benjamin, son, what are you doing in a place like this?
That should be my line, you know. It's much more likely that you'd run into me inside a sporting gear store than into you.
I guess you're right.
What brings you here? I figured you just had your servants do your shopping for you. I never thought I'd see you in a store like this unless you were running errands for someone.
Not you two.
Did I say something wrong?
Technically, no. It's true that I usually have other people do my errands for me. It's just that everyone always keeps assuming that's the case. Even if it's true, it's so annoying.
So you decided to come here alone today to prove to someone that something to someone that isn't even here?
Not really. I just hate that people are always telling me that I'm out of touch with the real world. You get that I can say or suggest things that are unrealistic for regular people without realizing it, but that doesn't mean I embrace it.
So you decided to go out today on your own to prove that you're good enough to handle things yourself?
I guess you could say it's something like that. Truth be told, other than when I'm with you guys and when people ask me to go on errands, I never go out to shop. Yeah, and even when I do, I always stick to the more refined places.
You mean the rich people shops? Like the ice cream parlor for the cake shop you took me to?
I guess you could call them that.
Don't kid yourself thinking that there's a way to... that it's just a way to call them. That's exactly what those places are. Teasing was so much fun. So you decided to go on your own and check out the stores that us common folk tend to go to, huh?
Wouldn't really put it that way. I just didn't want to feel like I'd be completely useless without supervision. For better or for worse, I've never been alone into an establishment that didn't get some prior screening by my family. Even the bank I used was selected by Alex. Sure, it was without my family's knowledge, but I still needed help.
And you still chose to these same kinds of places whenever you have the chance. You're really not good at going out of your comfort zone, huh?
Gah.
At what point does this classify as cruelty? Probably still have a few more uses before then. Either way, what did you come here to do? I can help you if you want.
Didn't that kind of defeat the purpose of coming alone?
You did come all this way here by yourself, didn't you? What does it matter if I just came by to give you my opinion on what shoe you wanted to buy?
I suppose you're right.
I'll only be helping you make a decision. Once you do, you're on your own.
Yeah, I guess I can roll with that.
Alright, so what are you looking to get in? What were you looking to get in, yeah.
Let's see. Notice that even if I notice and react on time to my opponent's plays, I just can't seem to run fast enough to get to it, so I ideally need some more spring on my step. What do you recommend to me for that?
I don't know. Other than more training, magic is the only thing left.
Right, I'm being unrealistic here, aren't I?
A bit, yeah.
Then just something like a help propel me forward more easily? Maybe take a bit off the load on my knees?
That might be done. Give me a second. Take a look at the assortment of running shoes, track shoes, volleyball shoes. I ignore all the characterizations and just look for the ones that might be most suitable for his needs. Of course, I don't consider myself an expert in shoes, but I do know many times this labeling just serves to sell you a prettier looking version than a more basic model that you could use, that you could buy without that specific labeling. This one would serve you well. It's usually for running, but it does have tiny springs in the soles that are usually meant for cushioning the impact of your knees to propel you forward. It's a pretty pricey model, but then again, I doubt that would be a problem for you of all people.
You're right, it's not a problem. I like the color on it too. It's definitely not as flashy as the other ones I've seen around.
Yeah, that's a common tactic to grab your attention. Make it super flashy so it'll catch your eye first, but you don't really even notice the competition that outdoes it before you're already leaving the store with your new shoes.
Never thought about it before, but I'm certainly not going to be complaining about it right now. Thank you, Benjamin-san.
It's no problem. You want me to show you some other models so you can maybe have a bigger range of options?
You're starting to sound like a salesman.
Am I? I didn't even notice.
Still, you were a big help. I'm a bit ashamed to admit that I was feeling a little embarrassed of asking the clerk for help.
Why is that? You talked to tons of clerks when you were out with us.
Yeah, and again, that's the key. Even when I'm with you guys, I at most make an order and that's it. Having to actually ask for help, I can't help but feel like I'm being judged.
You're crazy. But not entirely wrong.
Wait, what? How does that even work?
That's what they're paid to do. They're paid to always assume that you don't know anything that you're talking about and always try to push products that you don't need, because again, if you don't know what you're talking about, then how will you know that you don't need it? It's a bit annoying, sure, but once you show them that you actually know your stuff, they tend to back off. Of course, not all of them are like that. It's just that some shops tend to always push their salespeople to do stuff like that. GameStop. Even if it makes customers uncomfortable. GameStop! The margin of profit is all that matters. GameStop!
You seem to know quite a bit about this stuff. I'd never have guessed. I don't remember you ever mentioning having a part-time job.
It's because I don't. But that doesn't mean salespeople don't talk. They're people too, just like you and me. I just picked a store I really liked after they saw me there a bunch of times. The workers there started opening up to me. You hear all sorts of things. All you need to do is be willing to listen. Which, for your information, is the very same store we're standing in right now.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that sort of thing from you.
What? Why the hell not? I'm a good listener.
Yeah, you really are. I just never gave you proper credit before. My bad.
Not a problem.
You look kind of cute when you're caught by surprise.
He's called us cute twice now.
What? I wasn't. It's fine. Don't worry about it so much. The same happens to me. You know, I've never really thought about it a lot before, but isn't having people that you feel safe for letting your guard around a wonderful thing?
I think I fucked that all the way up. Let me read that again.
Isn't having people that you feel safe letting your guard down around a wonderful thing? Benjamin, you still with me here?
Oh, yeah, I'm still here. Sorry, I got a little distracted.
No problem. We weren't talking about anything important anyway. I think I'm gonna pick these ones after all. Hey, since you're already here with me anyway, how about you go all the way with me?
What? I don't think that's an appropriate thing to ask here of all places.
What exactly did you think of in the first place? I was asking if you wanted to accompany me to the cashier while I finished the transaction. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Sorry.
Whatever. I'll just choose to pretend this never happened. Not like you'd be a bad choice anyway.
What does that mean?
That's for me to know and for you to obsess about.
Wait, Keikun! Keikun grabs the shoes he decided to buy and takes them to the cashier without giving me even a sideways glance.
Good afternoon, I'd like to buy these shoes, please. No problem. Did you find everything you were looking for? Yeah, the selection was great. Couldn't be happier about it. I'm very glad to hear that, sir. You were part of our rewards program. No, what's that? You signed up for a special credit card and you get to use it at our stores. Whenever you make a purchase, you get the points that you can use later for the rewards. Would you like to sign you up? I don't think so. I already have a pretty good credit card. I don't really need another. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I can notice Keikun fidgeting a bit as he answers the clerk's questions. He's not even making eye contact anymore. Guess he wasn't joking when he's not used to this kind of thing. Wait, don't the stores he usually goes to have reward card programs? That'll be 71,000 yen, sir. Alright, just give me a sec. Keikun immediately stands upright, patting his pockets with no success. Oh shit. Is everything alright? I can't find my wallet. Are you joking? Because that's not a very... I'm not joking. I can't find my wallet. Oh shit, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. I'll buy these for you right now, even if I'll completely clear my bank account. You can just give me the money back later. Is that okay? Yeah, thank you. Once the shoes were paid for, we immediately went outside to look for Keisuke's lost wallet. I can't believe something like that happened. It's mortifying. Don't worry about it too much. You were able to buy the shoes in the end. No, it's no biggie. Yeah, but what if you hadn't come along? Can you imagine how stupid I'd look if I just showed up by myself and realized I didn't have my wallet? That'd be pathetic. These things happen. You shouldn't beat yourself up over them. And now how about we get looking for your wallet instead of sulking around? Yeah, you're right. As you usually tend to be. I shouldn't have come here after all. Oh, come on. You can't say something like that. Bad things are bound to happen eventually. You can't just stay stuck in your shell because of that. Maybe. Because of it, I'm causing you problems. You're not oh god, what happens if we can't find my wallet? There's no way I can hide this from my family. All the documents were there, my credit card was there, we'll have to freeze my account and order new documents, and Alex would... What is this about Alex? Alex would take the blame. What? Why would he ever take the blame? He has nothing to do with what happened there. You really think they'll see it like that? Alex is charged with taking care of me whenever I'm not at school. Since there's no way we lost my wallet at school, well, they'll know that it's lost while I was supposed to be with Alex. Which to them can only mean one of two things. Either he wasn't paying close enough attention to me while we were outside, or he wasn't with me at all. I've been used to leaving him behind when I go out because I don't like supervision, but even when it was found out, he'd get nothing more than a slap on the wrist. Come on, this is just a lost wallet. You really think they'll be that upset over that? Plus, we haven't crossed that bridge yet. We'll discuss this when we get there, okay? Okay. Great. Now I need you to calm down a bit for me, okay? I do need you to try to remember where you've been so we can retrace your steps. I didn't really do much. I came here straight after class ended, so the wallet fell out of my... If the wallet fell out of my pocket, it had to have fallen on the way. We can retrace your steps and try to see if we found where you dropped your wallet. Is that good for you? It's as good a plan as any. Not exactly the mindset I'm looking for here, but I guess it'll take it. But wait, what is it? If you came here right after class like I did, how come you got here so much earlier than me? We didn't even run into each other on the way. Oh, I took a shortcut. A shortcut? It's a long alley you can cross on the way here. I used it to cut my trip time in half. An alley? Of all the things you could have done, you took an alley? Do you know how many unsavory elements can roam in those? You're lucky you didn't get mugged, or of all things that you could have... I immediately stopped when I noticed the look on Keisuke's face. Sorry, you're already beating yourself over enough as it is. I don't mean to pile it onto you. It's fine. Well, you didn't get mugged, so I guess it's fine. How about we just go back to the alley and make sure you didn't drop your wallet there? Yeah, that sounds like the best thing we could do at the moment. We searched the alleyway from top to bottom for a good few minutes, earning quite a few suspicious glances from passerbys. Regardless, we seem to have no success in finding the missing wallet. It's hopeless. It's not here. It's nowhere in here. Damn it, how could I have been so careless? We don't know that for a fact yet. Why don't you tell me all the stuff that happened to you way on the way store? Maybe something unusual happened to you. You dropped your wallet then. Maybe you tripped and fell? No, I think I would remember that something like that happened, don't you think? It's all very mundane. The most out there thing to happen to me was bumping into a guy. He got pickpocketed.
Wait, you bumped into someone? Yeah, but that's completely irrelevant. I don't know what... Tell me more about that. Why? Just humor me for a second. I was walking down the alleyway when this guy bumped into me. It wasn't anything huge, we just hit shoulders. Must have been drunk or something else, because how he managed to bump into someone else in plain daylight. This can't be... What? What's with that look on your face? What? Tell me! This guy... Was he wearing a hoodie? Yeah? How'd you know? You didn't bump into him, you got pickpocketed. What? How can you be this clueless? People don't just bump into you in plain daylight, especially in the middle of the secluded alley. But how can you know I was pickpocketed just from that? Do you see your wallet anywhere? Good point. Fuck. Alex is so gonna get the blame for this. Maybe he won't be that mad at you. I don't know why he wouldn't be. I always pull stunts like this, and he takes the fall for them. The only difference is that it never bugged me much because I'd always pay him back whenever he got the deduction from his salary. But I can't pay him back if he gets fired. I can't get him his job back if that happens. In this case, you'll just have to do your best to avoid that from happening. I think I should go home right now. Whoa, hold on. I cut in front of him before he has a chance to storm off. What is it this time? You can't go home until you file a police report. If you don't do that, then you have no way to prove that your documents got stolen and the thief can use them to do whatever he wants. Fine. Good thing he's not being stubborn right now. May 8. Mate. Considering the amount of people in this then hallway, I'd say Keisuke's class went out for lunch sooner than expected today. Wonder if something happened. Just as I'm about to reach for the door, it opens and on its own, and Keisuke shows up on the other side. Benjamin-san? Hey, is this a good time? As good a time as any. What's up? I wanted to check up on you. You didn't seem to be doing all that well the last time we talked. I'm just fine. You don't need to babysit on me. I'm not babysitting. I'm just making sure my friend is okay. There's nothing wrong with that, is there? I suppose not. Sorry, I shouldn't have snapped at you. It's no big deal. I'm just assuming you're under a bit of stress. Yeah. I had no choice but to come clean to my father about what happened. There was no way I could hide having to order all those new documents from him, and it would have been even worse if he had to find out elsewhere. And Alex was blamed for it, just as I feared. Shit, that's horrible. He didn't listen to reason? I don't even know. My father isn't one given to be unreasonable, but I told him that I was the one that went without Alex, and that it was my fault that this happened, but he still wouldn't take it. Father threatened to fire him if this happened again, and Alex said nothing. Not to me, not my dad. He should have been livid. He should have gotten mad at me, but he didn't. Somehow that makes it all even worse. Is there anything you can do about it? No. Since no action was officially taken this time, there's not much I can do. Alex got out with just a warning, even if it was an unwarranted one. I, on the other hand, got served an hour-long lecture about my personal activity and how I'm not supposed to be ditching my, as he calls them, safety escorts. What's so wrong with valuing my freedom? This is ridiculous. There's nothing wrong with it. We all want freedom. It's in our nature. Your dad is just being unreasonable. I suppose that's one way to look at it. Do you have any idea what you'll do now? I already told you there's nothing for me to do. I'm not talking about the legal stuff, Einstein. I'm asking you what you'll do to take personal responsibility and own up to it. Or are you just gonna let this all happening without any? Are you just gonna let this all happening without doing anything to make it up to Alex? Oh, I wasn't thinking of doing anything. Don't look at me like that. How can you go on a spiel about feeling bad about the whole thing and wanting to take responsibility for it, and you don't even think of doing something to make it up to him? I just hadn't thought of it, okay? You're horrible sometimes. Gah. Maybe you're right. Just maybe.
Don't act so smug. You don't have a long life. You have a long life ahead of you. You're bound to be right every now and then. Don't let it go to your head.
Aye, aye, Chief.
And don't sass me either.
No can do, Chief.
I guess I shouldn't have expected any different from you, huh?
Oh good, he got the message. Watch as his nose twitches a few times. A telltale sign he's deep in thought. Or smelling something. Any ideas?
I don't know. What do you usually do when you need to apologize to someone for something you did?
Well, ideally you'd want to do something for them that's heartfelt. What sort of things does Alex enjoy? Maybe you can buy him something he'd really want as an apology? Not that I'm endorsing an attempt to buy forgiveness, but I don't really think there's much you can do since you've already apologized. You have apologized, haven't you?
Oh my god! It slipped my mind, okay?
How can so many simple things slip your mind? This is basic decency we're talking about. You do something that hurts someone, you apologize. How hard can it be? Say something for God's sake.
I'm sorry.
Not to me, you idiot.
Good.
Look, you should apologize to him before you even think of doing something else.
I'd rather get him something first.
If you...
Yeah, I know. If I just buy him something without apologizing first, it'll look like I'm trying to buy his forgiveness. But I'd rather give him something meaningful from the heart while I apologize profusely, so he can see that I was thinking about it this whole time. Do you think that would work? You have nothing to say?
To be honest, I don't. I prefer if he weren't so stubborn, but I think I've already grilled him enough for one day. Would be a gentler way to say this. Well, I suppose you know him better than I do, so I think you're better equipped to answer that question.
I guess so. Let's see. What can I get to show Alex that I'm sorry for what I did?
Your best bet would probably think about what kinds of things he likes and try to get him something he could possibly want. Can you think of anything they might want?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, okay. What kind of things does he like? Does he have any hobbies?
I don't know.
Did he ever mention anything he might want?
Not that I know of.
What about anything that he might have mentioned being interested in but having never tried?
I don't know.
Do you know anything about him?
I thought I did.
Come on, you can't think of anything? Not at all?
No.
That's awful. How can you not know anything?
I need fresh air.
Keisuke runs off without warning. Wait, Keikun! Knowing all the heads turning towards us, I try to follow. Peek my head through the roof looking for any signs of white hair. God damn it, where'd he go? I know I should have run after him, but this time I was too worried about people staring at me to move. Never again will I be that stupid. Keikun, are you here?
Yeah.
Stepping from behind a corner, Keikun shows up in front of me, his eyes avoiding my gaze.
I thought I lost you back on the second floor.
Sorry to say, but the school isn't really big enough for you to shake someone off your trail.
Evidently.
Damn it, can't you at least look at me in the eyes when you talk to me? Sorry, I shouldn't be joking right now. How are you feeling?
Like a terrible person.
Oh, come on, don't be like that. You're not a terrible person.
Is that so? Then tell me what kind of good person knows absolutely nothing about someone who practically raised them. Not even one thing. And it's not just Alex. Now that I admit it, I know a lot less about you guys than you all know about me. Even though you guys have always been pretty open about yourselves, while I tended to keep my own secrets locked down tight, somehow I still know less about you guys than I should. I'm just so self-absorbed. I've always been disgusted by my family and by how little they cared about other people. And yet I now realize I'm just the same as them.
Oh, come on, isn't it a bit early for you to be having core-shaking realizations?
Thought you said you weren't done. You were done with the jokes.
It's a little hard to stop joking when you're being this edgy about the whole thing.
God, you're an idiot.
At least I made him feel a little better. I already tell that his body relaxed a bit. Yep, I'm an idiot. Probably the biggest one around here. And you know what? You know something else? You're my friend. No matter what you think of yourself.
What?
Oh, don't look at me like that. So you're a little self-absorbed. So what? We all have our flaws. Look how I'm incredibly lazy, or how Shuichi is fussy to the point of annoyance, or how June has the attention span of a goldfish. It's our flaws that make us interesting people. Can you imagine how dull it would be if we all were surrounded by a bunch of perfect people? First of all, you never feel like you could measure up to their brilliance. It's okay to make mistakes. You just have to learn from them and grow. Really, that's one of the funnest, parts about life. Things would be so boring if failure didn't exist. Didn't expect him to stay silent after that. It was a nice speech, too. I fully expected him to applaud while he was in tears, getting on his knees and glorifying my awesomeness. Okay, I might be exaggerating a little bit, but I certainly didn't expect him silence of all things. Did I say something wrong? You're awfully quiet.
Huh? Benjamin-san, you got so worked up over this. Even more than I did.
What? Cut it out. It was just trying to make you feel better. Were you just messing with me this whole time?
Of course not. Don't be crazy. Don't get me wrong, I'm still upset about the whole thing. But your words give me hope that I can still do better. Indeed, it's not too late for me to do better. I'll do my best to be a more attentive friend. I won't let anyone call me self-absorbed anymore.
Well, technically, the only one that called you that was yourself. But I don't think this piece of information is very important right now, so I'll stay silent about it. Still, it's good to see him feeling better, even if the change was very surprising. I'm glad I was able to help. I was worried that I might have been too hard on you back there.
Nah, don't worry about it. My heart's not made of glass, you know. I can take criticism.
So the person that immediately ran away when faced with said criticism, but then again, I don't think this piece of information is going to be very useful either.
I guess I should start by sniffing around Alex's information a little bit. Try to get to know what kind of things he likes before I buy him an apology present.
You're still going on about that?
I can't just leave it unresolved. I absolutely refuse to apologize without being able to give him something to make up for what I've done.
Some people are happy with just a heartfelt apology, you know?
Well, too bad. He's getting both.
So stubborn. Fine, I get it. How are you planning on getting that information, though?
It's a good question, either.
You have no idea?
None.
I thought so.
Nevertheless, I will think of something. And I don't think I've forgotten about you, either.
But me? What did I do?
It's not about what you did, silly. It's about who you are. You're probably the closest friend I have at this time. It annoys me to know that I never really paid as much attention as I should have.
What? You're just exaggerating.
No, I'm not. I want to get to know you better, Benjamin-san. You've been so good for me since we met. Even more so than the start of this school year. I want to find a way to thank you for being great all this time.
I don't... do whatever you want.
Of course. Could I ask you to accompany me to town soon? I don't know yet when I'll be next be available, but I want you to help me pick my present for Alex.
Me? How am I gonna help? I don't really know anything about Alex.
Alright, maybe not help me pick so much as keep me company. I feel like it's much easier for me to stay calm and composed when you're nearby.
I guess? I've never had anyone say that about me.
Well, there's a first time for everything. So, it's okay for me to count on you?
Sure, as long as I'm available, I'll keep you company. I also have fun when we're going out, so it's not like this is a bad deal for me or something.
Alright, it's a deal. I'll message you when I've found a good day for it. For now, we should probably head back downstairs. Only have 5 minutes left of our lunch break, and I haven't even touched my food yet.
Crap, neither have I. We better hurry. Keisuke was smiling and laughing the whole time we were running back down the stairs. For some reason, the thought, Keisuke looks kinda cute when he's smiling, flashed through my head for a moment before quickly being dispersed by my stomach growling.